You mentioned a white powder, and that led my brain to think of a certain other white powder, and realizing how tired I am and how useful that would be. But telling me that addiction recovery is something that's incredibly important, and something that's coming up again and again and again when it comes to psychedelics and how they potentially could be an effective tool for addressing addiction and eating disorders. Even funny enough, you mentioned sugars and how that has been something that perhaps the dopamine receptors in your brain. Are there particular substances or protocols that stand out to you in this regard, in the regard of addiction recovery?
Well, it's one of the interesting and exciting areas of psychedelic research right now. There's a number of clinical trials going on looking at various psychedelic substances to be used as adjuncts for psychotherapy and treating addiction. Um, and so I won't speak to, I'm not involved in those clinical trials directly. I think we want to wait and see, but certainly there's lots of anecdotal testimonies of people who report powerful experiences under the influence of various kinds of psychedelics that have caused them to sort of reconsider the way that they consume different substances, from, as I mentioned, sugar or tobacco or alcohol or other types of drugs. Um,
Wow.
Caffeine. There's lots of people who report different sort of insights about the ways that we consume things, and or even sort of behavioral patterns in our body. I was involved in one study on, it was qualitative research on ayahuasca and eating disorders.
Mhm.
Um, and that was really interesting. It wasn't a clinical trial. It wasn't an intervention. It was interviews with people, mostly women, who had experiences drinking ayahuasca and had a diagnosis of an eating disorder, and to hear about some of the testimony, the reports that they gave about insights for themselves and their relationship with food. It was fascinating. So that's again leading to now more higher quality scientific studies in that domain as well.